This is a major red alert, right? The video that I'm about to show you guys, I can't even believe it, right? I can't believe this is a real video and this is a real conversation that was had, because the level of mishap that's happening right now, right, is insane. It's unbelievable what's going on in our country right now behind the scenes, right? There's a lot of stuff happening that we don't even know what's going on, right? So I want you guys to listen to this clip here, okay? This is insane. And what does this mean for our country? And we're being warned right now that a coup is going on, right? There's multiple different political coups happening right now in the United States going on behind the scenes, right? And we just got more confirmation that this is happening again, right? This just happened again yesterday, right? So I want you to listen to this clip, and this is not a good sign for our country. What's going on? I want to know what you guys think. What's your opinion on this? Because the stuff that I've been showing you guys and bringing you guys together with this over the past few days, this is a really bad look, right? So listen to this clip really quick. Sorry if the audio is a little bit off here, all right? This is a recording of a recording, all right? But I want you to listen to this really quickly. This is insane. I couldn't even believe this. I had to play it back multiple times.
There was a manhunt going on in this county. Somebody made death threats to you. Did you hear about that before coming? No. And what are your thoughts?
I've heard it's dangerous, but I also have a job to do. I heard it's very dangerous. I haven't heard about that. They probably want to keep it from me. Thank you for telling me. Let's get out of here right now. No, thank you very much for saying, but no. And I have great respect for Secret Service, the job they do.
All right, did you hear that really quick? He's going to say some more too in just a second, but did everyone hear that? All right, the reporter asked him, he said, did you know that there is a assassin out here trying to get you, that's threatening to get you while you're in Arizona today? This happened yesterday. If you guys saw my video, there is a manhunt. They caught this guy after Trump was there. All right, but they had a statewide manhunt looking for this guy who they thought was going to potentially try to attack Trump while he's down in Arizona. And Trump, and the reporter asked him, did you know about this? What do you think about this? Trump said he didn't even know about it. We knew about it before Trump knew about it. All right, I posted this video like 3 o'clock or something like that yesterday. And he didn't even get to the border till later in the day after that, in the late afternoon. Right, so he didn't even know about it. We knew about what was going on. Trump didn't even know. They didn't even tell him. The Secret Service didn't even tell him. Nobody told him. No law enforcement told him that there was this crazy guy on the loose trying to hunt Trump. Right, this is insane. I want you to listen to this really quick again, and then I'll play the end of this clip too. This is insane. Right, what's going on? What's going on? He says, and then he says he thinks they were trying to keep that from him. Right? Maybe they were trying to keep that from him. Did you hear that? He said that too. There's a lot packed in this minute-long clip. We only played 30 seconds of it. There's a lot of context. He's saying a lot here. And he's saying, maybe we need to get out of here. Right? He's joking, but he's being serious. He's like, why did nobody tell me this? We're about to leave right now. What the heck's going on? Right? You can't make this up. This is insane.
Daily Mail, today there was a manhunt going on in this county. Somebody made death threats to you. Did you hear about that before coming? No. And what are your thoughts?
I've heard it's dangerous, but I also have a job to do. I heard it's very dangerous. I haven't heard about that. They probably want to keep it from me. Thank you for telling me. Let's get out of here right now. No, thank you very much for saying, but no. And I have great respect for Secret Service, the job they do, including a month and a half ago when they were jumping on top of me with bullets flying right at them. So mistakes were made, and they're going to learn from the mistakes. But I have great respect. But no, I haven't heard that, but I'm not that surprised. And the reason is because I want to do things that are very bad for the bad guys. So I have heard it's very unsafe to make this trip. There were some people that really didn't want me to make it. Yeah.
All right, so you heard that there. He's saying he's really not surprised, though, that this is happening. right? And he's saying some people were warning him about this trip just in general, right? Because this is a dangerous part of the border. A lot of crossings, right? Some of these organizations on the border just completely run the border in this exact region where Trump was just at, right? They run the mountains, they own the mountains. Border Patrol will even tell you, they're like, yeah, that mountain over there, that pass over there, it's not even ours anymore, right? There's been video of it. I've made whole reports on it a few months ago, right? So it's already a dangerous area, and then he was not informed. Nobody told him. He's telling this reporter, "Oh, thanks for letting me know about this." What's going on? This is insane. How many different things are going on? Who's really pulling the strings behind the scenes? What's going on? We had resignation letters from Biden that his signature didn't match. They didn't have presidential seals. Pelosi was saying weird stuff about it, saying that they pretty much forced him out, and she was even saying it didn't sound like Biden to me. This letter didn't seem like Biden to me. She was even saying that it seemed like somebody put this letter out and forced Biden's hand and forced him to resign. Right? We have all this stuff going on, assassination attempts, and then multiple assassination plots, right? We had this attempt last month, and then there was an alleged plot. They were saying it was this guy allegedly that came to the U.S. from Pakistan, right? This was the narrative they were putting out, and this guy was arrested and everything, and he was trying to hire assassins here in the U.S. to take out Trump, and they were saying he was allegedly connected to Iran. There's been a lot of crazy stuff going on, right? And now, just yesterday, they had this manhunt for this guy in Arizona. Okay, I made a whole video breaking down all the details for it. And they didn't even tell Trump about it. They didn't even tell him. They weren't like, hey, there's this guy that's wants to hurt you, right? This is a former president, right? This isn't even like the presidential nominee that's never been president or a politician or anything. Trump has Secret Service protection for life, no matter what. He's a president, right? And he is saying that Secret Service didn't even tell him about this. What is going on? This is dangerous. This is scary. I hope this isn't true, but Trump is saying it right here in front of us. He sounded surprised, and he was like, what are you guys doing? All right, he kind of called him out, saying, well, nobody told me about this, so what do you guys think about this? What do you think is going on behind the scenes? Right? This is pretty heavy stuff, and it's just kind of swept under the rug. This wasn't even reported really on mainstream news anywhere. All just kind of swept under the rug, event after event like this. And this should be like breaking news for days when we see stuff like this. If it was the other way around, it would be, right? But for some reason, this keeps happening. What do you guys think is going on here, right? And Trump needs to have his own security as well, too. I think that's critical for him to have his own security. And they just put multiple different Secret Service agents on leave, right? This just came out today, the 23rd. They are putting multiple different Secret Service agents on leave that were related to the assassination attempt on Trump, right? They are telling him that they need to investigate, they're incompetent, right? And they need to figure out if they're even able to stay on the force anymore, right? That's what they're doing, because there is major incompetency going on here. Bare minimum, at the highest level, potentially there was even coordination going on, planning, right? Let's hope that isn't what happened, right? But, or at least allowing things to happen, right? Allowing things to slip through the crack, turning the other cheek, not taking things as serious, right? It seems like at least things like that were going on, right? Hopefully not worse. But the Secret Service director even stepped down, right? And now we're having multiple Secret Service agents go on leave and get off of Trump's Secret Service team, right? Because they've probably been doing investigations for the past 6 weeks, and they're most likely letting people know that they are going to potentially get in trouble, have some type of issue, and they're putting him on leave, right? Maybe even charged or something like that, right? We don't know. But here's the statement. It says the U.S. Secret Service mission assurance review is progressing, and we are examining the process, procedures, and factors that led to this operational failure, right? That's what Anthony Guglielmi, U.S. Secret Service Chief of Communications, said in a statement, right? And he also went on to say, quote, the U.S. Secret Service holds our personnel to the highest professional standards, and any identified and substantiated violations of policy will be investigated by the Office of Professional Responsibility for disciplinary action, right? And it says, given this is a personnel matter, we are not going to comment further, right? So they're not giving too much intel, but they're insinuating that there is some type of violations going on behind the scenes, right? And obviously something was wrong, right? Even what happened in Pennsylvania, they saw this guy for at least 15, 20, 30 minutes, some reports even hours before the police were locked on this guy and had him clocked as a suspicious individual, right? Potentially a suspect. And they had this guy clocked, right? This Crooks guy from the Pennsylvania incident. They were watching him. They had him in their line of sight. People were yelling at him saying, hey, this guy's on the roof over here. I've shown this stuff before on here, right? They knew this guy was here, and somehow he was still able to get on the roof and take the shot, right? There was major lapses and breaches that happened in Pennsylvania, and it seems like we're seeing this again in Arizona, right? Thankfully, the Arizona Police Department, the Cochise County Sheriff's Department, they were on the job, and they found this guy, and they were doing a manhunt looking for this guy and putting out alerts warning the public, and they probably even alerted Secret Service and federal authorities, and then Secret Service just didn't tell Trump about it, right? So he couldn't even make a decision to go here or not, or to increase security. They didn't even tell him, right? They should have been on maximum security alert. They should have had more personnel coming in, ready to go, ready to defend, and they didn't even say anything, right? That's the problem here. Nobody said anything. Nobody did anything before either, right? That's why it's becoming a pattern, and we need to start questioning what's going on. Is this intentional? Right? Let's hope this isn't, but the questions need to be asked, because this is a pattern where they're allowing these things to slip through the cracks, right? Not letting anybody know. Secret Service should have been upping their game, and they should have had other law enforcement included in this manhunt actively looking for this guy, right? And had way more personnel around Trump and protecting Trump. He was kind of out in the open and vulnerable at this Arizona meeting, all right, at this Arizona speech that he gave. And even yesterday he was rattled, right? He was telling the reporter that we're in danger right now, right? After he heard that first reporter, right, that I played you guys earlier, he talked to a second reporter when he was getting in his car and leaving, and they were asking him, oh, what do you think about this assassination plot and attempt previously? And he said, we're in danger right now, right? And we need to go. I don't even have time to talk. I need to get in the car here, right? So I think Trump was rattled. I think this is the other half of the puzzle. I didn't see this clip before, right? But now we get the full picture, right? Trump is rattled, and he's saying he's endangered, and he's worried because Secret Service didn't even tell him about it, right? Or warn him about any type of threats. So let me know what you guys think down below, right? Please hit it up for me down there. Just hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm posting multiple videos a day, just keeping you guys updated on all this big news, all these big warnings, all right? Be on the lookout for at least 2-3 videos every single day. Just be on the lookout for me, because a lot of stuff's happening, and it's not reaching the mainstream news. This should all be like breaking news. Imagine if Biden was saying this. Oh, Secret Service didn't tell me about this assassin, and he went to an event. It'd be all over the news. They'd be like, what's going on? It would be insane, right? Back-to-back news, top of the headlines, red headline, red lettering. Kamala as well, right? And it should be, because these are major security breaches and lapses in our country, and we're supposed to be able to trust these certain organizations, right? But their trust is eroding with situations like this, right? So thank you guys. Let's pray for our country and pray for Trump, guys. Seriously, it's important, right? I know some of you are going to be like, oh, don't want to hear that. All right, well, it's important. It's critical right now, and the message needs to be sent out. And even if you're in a position, I understand where it's like you're like, oh, both of these options, I don't like either one. All right, think of it this way. I have 3 kids. People have children. People are barely scraping by on Social Security. All right, people can't afford groceries. All right, we need all these things to change, even if it's not perfect. Right? Nobody's saying it's going to be a utopia if Trump wins. But even if things just start turning around, we need it to turn around. We need a change in our country, right? They're talking about price controls, all this stuff. You heard that. Kamala came out last week announcing price controls on groceries and food items. You're going to see major empty shelves, right? Major food shortages if this happens. If you thought it was bad in 2020, 2021, 2022, you thought those shortages were bad, it's going to be like that times 5, times 10, because it's going to be the government actively shutting off industry because people can't make a profit. If they can't make a profit, you can't force people to grow the food or make the products. They're not going to do it for free. They're just going to sell their land, sell their cattle, sell their ranch, sell their farm, and cash out and do something else. All right, that's what's going to happen, and you're going to see major gaps in the supply chain and shortages. Okay, so nobody said anything's going to be perfect, but a decision needs to be made. Right, it's one of the two, and at least things will be better. Right, things will start getting better. People need relief, right? Our economy needs relief. People are underwater right now, struggling. And these plans that are being announced, they've only announced a few different plans. They're just going to make things even worse, right? We thought things were bad. Now it's going to make inflation, shortages, grocery prices, gas prices, all these things are going to skyrocket. Home prices, all these things. All right, so thank you guys. I hope you have big blessings for your life, your family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.